Welcome to Yoga with Roseanne. Today we'll enjoy a 40-minute strength and mobility flow. We'll start with a very active practice and then move into more gentle postures to finish. So if you'd like to join me, roll out your mat and begin in tabletop.
Exhale to round. Notice how you feel as you unite. So unite movement with breath. One more time. Arch. Round. Slide hands in. Slide them along the body and lift them high. Circle them around behind you. Just reach back. And then have a seat on your sits bones. Roll through the wrists. Press into those shins, those palms go out away from you. Lengthen those arms to the sky as you lift through the thighs. Circle those arms around, slide those hands out this time as you round through spine. And then arch and round again. A few more like this. Arch, round. One more time. Arch, inhale. Exhale to round, slide, hands in. Again, come onto the shins. Arms circle open this time. Interlace, but the opposite thumb that feels comfortable on top. Stretch those arms up toward the sky. Reach the arms back behind you. And then to your sides. Let the fingertips draw toward the earth as you tuck the chin and roll down through spine. Slide onto the belly. Into Sphinx on the forearms, press through the arms. Drop the chin. And look up if you can, if it's safe for the neck. Maybe it's a little motion. Drop the chin. And look up. Continue with this as you broaden across the clavicles. Working with the neck. Last time, drop chin. Look up, inhale. Stick out the tongue. As you lower down, arms splay out overhead, palms down. And slide those hands into cactus. So cactus the arms and lift the arms. Then the upper spine follows. Lower down with the forehead. Hands return to the earth. Let the shoulders roll forward. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the arms. Lift the torso. Press your leg. And then lower back down. Arms completely relax. Shoulders roll back. Arms lift into cactus. The torso, the upper spine follows. And then again, lower down and release fully. So a few more like this. Mobility in upper spine. Exploring the shoulders. Great for posture and postural chain. Let's do two more. Last one, inhale as you lift. Reach those arms out in front, then draw elbows towards your sides. Reach arms in front, and then to sides. Let's do three. Two. Last one. Plant those hands somewhere near the shoulders and or ribs. Press your way up back into tabletop. Tuck the toes. Rock the hips forward and back. For some of us, you may come further forward with the pelvis. And next time you come back, you might slide the hands in a little bit here. Make circles with the upper body. One direction. Just the hands as you need. Explore how the weight feels in the hands as you squeeze the fingertips toward one another a little bit. They don't actually move, but there's a sense of cupping the mat just a little while pressing fingers down. Keeps the wrists happy. Let's reverse directions. I like to inhale forward and exhale back. Notice how the shoulders feel as you put a little bit of weight into them. Let's do two more. Final circle. And return to those little rocks, forward and back. Next time you come back with those toes tucked, you could tuck them if not there already. Hover the knees and then send the hips high, downward facing dog. Then return those knees into the hover, into the crouch, and lengthen. Crouch and straighten legs. Hips up and back each time you lengthen the legs. Press through the hands while they still cup the earth. They're like little suction cups. And stay in the down dog next time you're there. Maybe you need to walk the hands out just a little bit. And roll through the spine and come forward into your plank. Maybe you lower the knees, bend the elbows to come onto your belly and onto forearms, unless you would like to make another choice. You're experienced. And then lower back down. Slide those hands closer toward the body. Press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Wave forward through the spine. Come into your plank, knees up or down. Come to hover. Maybe the belly needs to lower. Lift the heart through the chest here for your variation, Sphinx Cobra, up dog, and hips a high, downward facing dog. That right leg can come into the sky and bend the knee. And then make circles with the hip. If you don't like this, you could do this from a tabletop position. So that would be like this. Okay, so choose what you'd like to do here. Reverse directions. Pressing evenly through both hands. And then knee nice and high, open the hips toward the right side wall while maintaining that equal weight in hands as best you can, pressing back. Then return the hips to face the earth. That right knee can still be bent. Draw the leg through. And for now, we'll plant that right foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee, roll up through spine, and we'll rock forward and back if it feels okay. Again, more mobility here. Maybe you roll the shoulders at the same time. Then pause, arms can reach overhead and draw them in toward the heart. One more time, reach overhead. Draw them to heart and rotate toward the right and come back to center. Rotate just slightly left and center. Just this little upper thoracic spine with the hips still facing forward to the short edge of your mat. One more time to the right. Back to center. That left hand will plant. You might lift the back knee and open up that right arm toward the sky. Wiggle the fingertips here, inhale. And exhale, thread that right arm underneath the same leg. It'll feel a little awkward. And then unleash, open back up toward the right. And then return, thread arm and revolve. Trying to keep hips facing earth as best you can. Let's do one more like this. Thread, reach. Maybe that arm can come by the side of the ear, then circle it to the inseam of the lead leg. And then step forward to that short edge of your mat. Lengthen those legs. Dangle. And then bend and straighten the legs. That's all we'll do for now. Lower those knees back down to the earth. Adjust as you need here. Tuck the toes, hover the knees as you did before. This time with the hover, maybe you rock forward and back. It's like those knees are suction cupped in toward the center of the body as they hover. And send those legs nice and long, or lengthen the legs rather. Down dog. Hover those knees again. Rock. Feel your center turn on. Long, deep breathing here. Rock back. Lengthen legs, hip side, down dog. Again, bend knees, hover, and rock. Then lengthen the legs, down dog. Roll forward through the spine. Those knees might come down or they can stay lifted. Your version of chaturanga. Your version of the up dog. And tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. That left leg this time can come high. Could also return to tabletop, but we're doing a lot for shoulders here. Bend that left knee and make circles with the hip. Trying to keep the rest of the body still. It's challenging. Big circles, smooth circles. Opposite way. How slow can you go? Pressing out of the hands to protect wrists. Last time. And then open that left knee, stack hips to left side wall and press evenly through hands. And hips face the earth. That left knee can remain bent as you draw the leg through, and assisted if you need to step forward. Hands on either side of the foot. Lower that back knee down. This time, hands pressed together. Lift them up. Reach the body tall. And then hand circle and land on the hips as you rock. Perhaps forward and back. Seeing if you can stay in one long line. Things like to wobble here. Hips travel back in space and forward. Back in space and forward. Come into stillness, 90-90. Hands pressed together at the heart center. Inhale. And rotate toward the left leg. Return to center and opposite side. And play with the breath here to see what pattern feels good for you. And here we're pressing into that back shin, foot, front foot to keep pressure off of the knee of the back leg. Tall here. One more time, we'll rotate toward the right and toward the left, back to center, and that left or right hand will unleash and then land on the earth as you tuck back toes, lift the knee, and rotate left. Wiggle the fingers, inhale, and exhale to thread that left arm underneath that leg. And then rotate open and return to thread. Spiral open and closed. Think about control, working on range of motion. Active press through that right hand. I know I say that a lot, that press, but that's really important to protect shoulders, protect body. Last one, open. Maybe the arm can come in line with the ear for a moment. Then the hand plants to the inseam of that left leg. Rock, maybe. And still the body. Step forward, nice and wide here. Lengthen and bend. And this is where we might be ready to sink into a mala. Equalize blood pressure here with the head towards sky. And then press up into star, widen the arms, inhale, and exhale into your squat. Hands perhaps at heart center. And then find again your star and your squat. And notice if the legs need to be adjusted a little so that alignment is good. Knees in line with second, third toe. One more time, and start into the squat. Hands come down, narrow those legs just a little bit, and step back with that right leg. Hands to the inseam of the left foot. Rotate again toward the left, and place that hand right back down. Step into your plank. Roll forward slightly with the body, then take your chaturanga. Take your version of the up dog and your version of the down dog. Hop or step to the outside of your mat once more, nice and wide, back into the mala. And lengthen. And return to squat. Again. To inhale to reach. Exhale to squat. Or inhale to reach. And exhale to squat. Hands come down, narrow those feet just a little. And that left foot can step back. Hands to the inseam of the right leg. Rotate right. Then plank. Come forward. Chaturanga. Your version of up dog. And downward facing dog. Shake that head, yes. And shake it, no. Lower those knees this time, right down to the earth. Widen them. Sink hips to heels. Release your shoulders. Maybe explore a flip of the palms towards sky. Sweep those arms in behind. Clasp the fingers, close the circuit. It's a different variation. Arms sweep out in front once more. And allow them to walk to the left-hand side to any degree. Right hand can stack on left one if it's available to the shoulder. We'll work with the arms here. Breathe into the side of that right rib cage. One more inhale. And exhale, ha. Inhale as you peel or slide that right hand along the right arm. Open up on a diagonal and then sweep it closed. Slide that right hand along the left arm, open across heart, and sweep it closed. So a few like this. Last one, open, come up tall here. That right hand can come down to the earth. Sweep that left arm in front of you as you maybe lift the hips. That left hand can cradle the head if you'd like to support. More breath in. Exhale, ha. Little bird the hips. Glide forward before we go to the other side. Glide forward. Come into a sphinx this time. A little bit of sneaky core. Interlace those fingers. And lift hips up. Knees stay down. And inhale to lower. Exhale to draw in through the core. Lift the pelvis and then lower. Here we can get a little bit of extension through the spine at the top. A bit of rounding. One more. Curl. Lower all the way onto the belly, hand slide beside you. Then the hands reach back as you lift through the feet into locust. If you'd like, they could stay down too. Reaching back, opening cross heart. And lower right back down, hands somewhere by the shoulders or ribs. Press yourself back into child's pose again. Maybe rock the head side to side. Still the head, maybe explore the palms up. Open to receive. Palms can turn back down. As we walk those hands over toward the right hand side, that left hand might go on top of right one to intensify the stretch. Now, left hand will slide along the right arm and open as you lift slightly through chest. And then circle it closed. Slide it up opposite arm. Broaden across the chest and sweep it closed. A few more like this. Last one, open and reach. And that left hand can head toward the earth as the right hand slides in. Sweep that right arm in front of the face as the hips lift. Maybe right hand cradles head. Press your bottom hand. More inhale and exhale to lower those hips back down. Slide hands on earth as you come onto belly again. Arms can extend from the shoulder or cactus, so 90-degree angles. I'm going to do cactus just because I don't have a room here. And rock the pelvis on the earth. You might just stick with this rock or rock over to the right hand side and then bend the knees a little bit and stay so that the right pectoral muscles can get a nice little stretch here. That left hand can even plant in front of you. If the arm is long, you might feel in a slightly different place than if the arm is bent. Slide those legs long as you return onto the belly. Arms either cactus or long rock again across pelvis. Until you can roll more onto the left, planting that right hand this time, maybe bending the knees a little bit. Exhale, half to return, perhaps to belly. Hands maybe underneath the forehead if you'd like. Slide that right leg out to side and return. Left leg and return. Just a few like this. The next time that right leg comes out to the side, you could leave it there, kind of a frog position. You might prop yourself up onto your forearms. Let the chest sink a little and then press out of shoulders. Let it sink and press. If this is okay for you, see how it changes the stretch. As long as it feels good. You know your body best. More time, press out of shoulders. And just breathe here. Maybe look slightly over one shoulder and then the other to again explore mobility through neck. And head comes back to center. Lower down if you were lifted. Hands maybe return under the forehead as you lengthen that right leg out. And just notice the right side. And slide that left leg out to the side, just as we did before, and return. Other side, right side, and return. One more each side. The left leg slides out again and keep it there. Remain or press into forearms and lift up through upper spine. It feels good for you. Chest can sink. And press the earth away. Just drops toward earth and lifts. Keeping a bit of flow while we stretch the inseam of the leg. And a fairly gentle stretch for most bodies. More time, sink, lift, and stay steady in the lifted position. Can you breathe all the way down to the pelvis? Maintain that connection to breath. Maybe explore a neck, rock head, side to side. Again, these are just invitations. You could stay still. Does the breath change as you move your head? What does that tell you? One more time. Return to center. Lower upper body if lifted. Lengthen leg and rock pelvis. And come to still and notice that left side. And then bend those knees, roll ankles. Switch directions. Pause the ankles and windshield washer or sway those shins side to side. Let them sway to the right. Pause a few ankle rolls, both directions. And legs sway opposite way. Circle ankles. Reverse. And return to center and crisscross shins. Open as much or as little as you'd like. Maybe even pause on the open position, whatever feels good. And release that. We will roll onto our belly, or our bellies, our spines. With knees bent and widen the feet wider than you usually do. Arms extend from shoulder. More of this mobility here. Allow legs to sway left and right, but wider. Next time the legs go to the left, pause. Maybe you stay here or lengthen the legs out. And then draw the feet back to plant, windshield washer. Next time legs come to the right, pause. Lengthen legs. Draw heels in, sweep left, right, left, lengthen legs, slide heels in, right with the legs, sway, left, right, lengthen the legs, and then plant those feet and just let the knees cave in toward one another. Might need to adjust, but we do want the feet wider for this knee mountain. So it's like a triangle with your legs. And take some breath. See if you can relax through the pelvic floor. If as you breathe here, you can feel that wave descend even to the pelvis. You could stay here for Savasana or circle those shins out and around to land, just lying long on your back. And take any comforts that you would like, a blanket, a pillow, whatever serves your practice today. In the silence, what does your mind do? Observe it. Maybe it's calm and still, or perhaps it's on a bit of a hamster wheel. Come back to the breath. Feel yourself lying on the earth, grounded. While the breath releases you from what no longer serves. Inhale through nose. Maybe occasional exhale through mouth. You need something to focus on. Inhale. And exhale, maybe sigh. The legs are not lengthened, circle shins, lengthen legs. Roll the wrists and ankles. Switch directions. Feet might come closer together. Arms reach overhead. Maybe bring on a yawn, let it become real. And hug knees in. Lengthen legs to sky. Toes might angle toward the nose. Rebend the knees. Make some little circles to massage low back and sacrum. Reverse. And then a final pose, happy baby. Wide knees. Maybe you just keep hands behind thighs. Maybe you reach for ankles or outsides of feet, whatever variation you like. And rock if you choose. Hug those knees in and roll to one side. Press your way up to seated. Ground through pelvis. Tall through spine. Arms sweep up. And draw those hands to the forehead. May our thoughts come from our hearts. Hands, the mouth and throat. May our words be compassionate yet empowered. And to the heart, where compassion lies, may we all be able to understand one another. Thank you for this practice. Sat Nam. If you liked this mobility flow on the go, check out the mobility playlist. There's lots of flows on the channel that focus on just range of motion and repetitive movement to soothe the nervous system. A number of years ago, I experienced a brain injury, and so I find that way of practicing very soothing. So I hope you'll join me again. Until then, take care.